Hello, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the 8 a.m. morning news. I'm your host, Bob Bauman from 2CPC News. Today, we have many stories to show you. Now, down to our only reporter, Daniel Patrick in Washington, D.C. Daniel?
Hi, I'm Daniel Patrick here in Washington, D.C., and I'm about to interview some people on questions about how they feel about the war in Vietnam. There's a person right there. Let's go interview him. Sir. And what's your name, sir?
Abraham Booker.
I have a quick questions to ask you today. If your birthday was called, would you accept the call of duty?
Let me tell you something you might not know. Did you know that 64% of the eligible black men in America are drafted, but only 31% of white men in America are drafted? So you tell me, Mr. Interview Man, if you think I would answer the call of duty. They send us off to die when the enemy is right here at home.
Well, what do you believe the purpose of this war is?
Purpose. They don't even know what the purpose is.
With your opposition to the war, do you fear any backlash from society?
They can call me whatever they want, coward, yellowback, dodger. It ain't worse than what they already call me.
Well, this is Abraham Booker, everyone. Thank you for your time, sir.
Peace a chance. Give peace a chance.
Let's go interview this woman over here.
Give peace a chance.
Ma'am, might I ask you what your name is?
My name is Indigo Rivers.
Okay. I wanted to ask you a question, why did you get involved in the anti-war protests, ma'am?
My brother Jimmy, he was drafted, and he died fighting this unjust war. Lyndon B. Johnson has the blood of him and every Vietnamese civilian he's killed.
How do you feel about the incident at Kent State?
As if it wasn't enough to send our troops across the seas to die, now they're killing our own people in the streets of our own country.
Sir, please? And how long do you plan to protest this war?
Until there was peace in the world.
That's right, this was Indigo Rivers.
Give peace a chance.
Hi, I'm Daniel Patrick here with Congressman Ford. I have a few questions that I prepared to ask him about the war in Vietnam. So, Congressman Ford, why do you continue to send young men to Vietnam, and what is the end goal for U.S. involvement in Vietnam?
Well, the reason we must send our men to Vietnam is in the name of freedom and democracy. If Vietnam falls to the influence of the Soviets, then communism will spread throughout Asia, threatening democracy everywhere. Therefore, we must stop it in Vietnam before it becomes too powerful.
What will it take to end communism so that we can safely bring our soldiers home?
Well, we need to continue to execute our plans, and we will be successful in Vietnam. Our strategies have been effective, and we should be able to soon win this war. Our brave soldiers have been incredible, and we couldn't have done any of this without them.
For a final question, why do you think so many people are opposed to the war, and what can we do to ease their worries?
I think that anytime there's a war in a faraway foreign country, there will be opposition. For example, in World War I, many Americans were against the war, and they didn't think we should get involved in Europe. But sometimes these wars are necessary, and I believe that Americans should have faith in the President Nixon and those in charge of the war.
Thank you, sir. This is Daniel Patrick signing off with Congressman Ford. Thank you.
Oh, shoot! Wonderful stories from Daniel Patrick. Now to our sponsors. This is the 1971 NFL Super Bowl. This is Mrs. Molly's brooms. They're the best brooms in the world. They sweep nice, real nice. With our brooms, you'll never have to mop the floor again. Buy our brooms for $19 million. Disclaimer. All brooms may lead to immense sickness, diarrhea, or even death. If you have died, please call. And we're back.
In the time that you were watching those commercials, Daniel Patrick flew to Vietnam to continue the live interviews. Now. Oh, shit. Cheryl, give me another coffee! Hi, I'm world-renowned reporter Daniel Patrick here in Vietnam. I'm going to interview some of the people and see what they have to say about the living conditions here in the war. Oh, there's a Vietnamese right there! Come on! Hey son, what's your name?
Con của con là Huy,
And what are you doing?
đang trồng cây á.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Được hỏi đi, hỏi đi.
During the war, what are the living conditions like for you?
Không có đồ ăn. Đói bụng muốn chết. Không có đồ mặc lạnh muốn chết, không có giày. Chân cẳng dơ quá chừng nha.
You can really see the pain in his voice. Which side do you sympathize with?
Con không thích, con ghét mấy cái thằng Việt Cộng. Giết ba của tôi, giết anh của con, giết hết gia đình của con.
Lastly, do you have any family members that are serving in the war?
Dạ, có anh của con đi. Anh con đi chết không bao giờ về. Ba con đi luôn, không bao giờ về. Chết luôn mày.
Thank you for your time, sir. God, what are you doing? So, do you have any clue what he's saying?
Chú giúp con.
Daniel Patrick here, continuing the Vietnam War experience. Today in Vietnam, we're interviewing Sergeant Jim Sanchez. So, did you join the military or were you drafted?
I volunteered to join the military, actually. You see, I really always loved the idea to serve my country and felt like I had some kind of a duty to be here.
A true hero. Now, how old were you when you volunteered?
I was the minimum age, 17, when I volunteered. I'm 22 now. I've been in for a few years. And when I did join, I was easily the youngest person in my squad and one of the youngest in the whole platoon.
Wow. Now, what is your average day like in Vietnam? What do you experience?
Well, you see, I'm in the Marine Corps, so my particular squad is assigned to the pacification of the Vietnamese people, to root out any hiding Viet Cong supporters or anything. So our average day consists of us normally going village to village to just scout out, and we'll talk to the villagers and try and find anybody, and we'll occasionally have to deal with ambushes from certain places. And,
Heartfelt stories from Daniel Patrick. Hope everything's going all right in Vietnam. Now, to David with the sports.
The Browns just destroyed the Patriots!